We on this show yesterday were talking about President Joe Biden's mental acuity and the multiple instances over the years and lately of him seeming to falter. Well, let's just say it happened again, and it's been happening a lot behind the scenes in ways that even we did not expect. The president holding a primetime news address last night to the nation, very rare for him, to respond directly to Special Counsel Robert Hur's report on Mr. Biden's mishandling of classified documents. The report hit late Thursday and recommended no criminal charges, but Mr. Biden, who responded to the report with that live primetime address, also widely misled the country about what was actually in that report, and we do have a fact check. In addition, and perhaps most notably, the report gave a damning account, to put it gently, of the president's mental acuity in dealing with the special counsel. It said Mr. Biden could not remember the year his son Beau died of cancer. Quote, within several years, he could not state when Beau died. And once asked during an interview with prosecutors, he asked them, when did I stop being vice president? Couple questions, at least in this report, according to the special counsel, that Joe Biden asked about when he was vice president. It wasn't a one-off. Mr. Biden last night taking issue, at least with that allegation about Beau.
I know there's some attention paid to some language in the report about my recollection of events. There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died. How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business.
After he made that remark, Mr. Biden went on to talk about the rosary beads that he wears on his wrist to honor Beau. Beau was wearing them when he passed. But watch here. It seemed clear, at least to me, that the president forgot where those beads were from when he was talking.
Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented. I wear, since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of...
I remembered this from my own personal experience. You can hear him trail off there. The beads he was referencing are from Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico. A fact I know because he shared it with me 5 years ago.
Tell us about the rosary beads on your wrist.
Well, Beau wore these. Hunt got these for Beau and me, and at Our Lady of Guadalupe down in Mexico, and I had visited there, and we all wore them.
That's 5 years ago. He couldn't remember last night. The reason it's relevant, of course, is because he was trying to rebut, while standing out there, accusations that he has forgotten major details around major events of his life, including the death of his son. That one, not a major detail, but it speaks to his problem, as so many of his statements last night did, speaking of Mexico. After taking questions from the press, repeatedly raising his voice, misstating facts to reporters over and over, Mr. Biden then went to leave the room. But in what one can only imagine was a move that actively stirred the nausea and nerves in the pits of the stomachs of his core supporters, he came back to the microphone. My God, the stress. Only to then refer to Egypt's president, al-Sisi, as the president of Mexico.
As you know, initially, the president of Mexico, al-Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. I talked to him. I convinced him to open the gate.
Oh my God. That's the third time this week, for those of you counting, that he has publicly confused the identities of foreign leaders. He also claimed on Wednesday that he had spoken to German Chancellor Helmut Kohl in 2021. Mr. Kohl, by that point, had been dead for 4 years. On Sunday, he said at a campaign event in Vegas that he had recently had a chat with Francois Mitterrand of Germany. Mr. Mitterrand, of course, was the president of France, not Germany, and much like Helmut Kohl, is no longer alive, dead for almost 30 years, in fact, and was not recently speaking to Joe Biden. Yesterday, he also referred to red states and green states and mumbled through a remark we think was about Roe v. Wade.
Said we pushed all these programs, I said I'm going to be a president for everybody, whether you live in a red state or a green state. Making Roe v. Wade the law of the land. The law of the land.
Roe v. what? Who? Ward? An unnamed Democratic ally of Mr. Biden told NBC that yesterday was, quote, the worst day of his presidency. And already there are Republican calls to invoke the 25th Amendment, which allows a sitting president to be removed for incapacity. True or false? Using your tax refund to pay off credit card debt is smart. False. DoneWithDebt.com published a strategy designed to let you keep your hard-earned tax refund. Wouldn't that be nice? And also reduce or even eliminate credit card debt. Most Americans owe thousands in credit card debt that will take years to pay off, if ever. Done with Debt found that filing bankruptcy is usually not the answer, and taking out loans to pay off credit cards usually increases your debt. When you engage Done with Debt, their legal experts and skilled negotiators take on the credit card companies for you. Their winning strategies are designed with one goal: solve your debt situation quickly and permanently. First things first, chat with a Done with Debt strategist and explore your solutions. Some debt fighting strategies are time sensitive though, so you're going to need to move quickly on this. For a free consultation, visit donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.